Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut. We are looking at the other person today. It is a Wednesday. It's Wednesday the 28th of September of 2022. I have asked that you comment if there is something that you're wanting to find out about. So I'm looking at your comments, dear friends, so I thought I would do a reading today. I will not be taking the yes please today. It's the end of the month and I'm really busy. I need to get the October readings up, and therefore I'll just be taking not my handwritten love cards today. I'll be taking the twin flame messages just for some clarity on their thoughts, on words maybe that have been exchanged, or these could even be your thoughts. So however that speaks to you, it always helps to like, comment, share the video, as this is an exchange of energy. So I'll be going through your questions, some questions that I've chosen. I'm using the Hanson Roberts Tarot deck today for your information. I'm using the Mystic Moon Oracles, and I am using some Lenormand. I don't even remember what the name of that is. If I remember, I'll put it beneath. And we'll see. I may just see how we feel. I may take some Island Time Wellness. But I want to go into the questions and what I'm wanting to look at today. So thank you for joining me here, of course. This is Kathy speaking as usual, and I hope that you are all doing well. Now, Elizabeth G., who is also a patron, she's asked, what are their true intentions? And I thought that that was a really good question to go into. So what are their true intentions? Will they reach out? Obviously, there's been no communication. What are they not telling me? And what is hidden from me? And that's another question that someone else asked. Rebecca Lefevre asked, will he be true? So we may look into that as well. Diane McLeary also asked, what is he hiding from me? So that's a very strong and burning question. Okay, so Trina Baker asked, am I the only one for him? So we'll see if what comes through for that as well. Now, Lovelina asked, did you ever love me? Why did you leave? So obviously there's been a breakup. Lovelina also asked, why are you afraid to love? So there is an indication that someone is afraid to love. They're hiding probably their emotions. Okay. And of course, does he really love me? By Gia D. George says, does he really love me? We'll see. We'll see, Gia. And Rona McDonough said, will he come back to me? So, okay, I think we'll be looking into that today, into those questions. So just calling on Spirit and the Divine. This is like, it's not, it's a reading that I'm just going to go like a free flow reading. So I thought I will start off with a 5-card spread, and I will explain why in a moment. So dear Spirit, please guide me, advise us on all these questions that we've asked. Does he really love me? Will he return, he or she? What are they hiding? Did they ever love you? Are you the only one? So let's see. We are looking into the other person, their emotions, their thoughts, their hidden emotions. Let's see what wants to come through today. I'm calling on Archangel Michael and Archangel Lophiel today. Archangel Lophiel, please guide. Let's see the other person. What are they hiding? Do they really love you? Will they return? Okay, so what are their true intentions? Okay, so where are they now? We've got the Emperor, and I did today's messenger reading, and we had the Emperor in the Karma Dharma card. So the Emperor is very prominent, very strong indeed today. So what are they not telling? Okay, what is hidden? So what's on their mind? What are they thinking? Okay, what are they thinking? Now we know the Emperor can be any sign. Logically it's Aries. It can be Taurus for me always. Aries, Taurus, they're right next to each other. So could be an Aries with lots of planets in Taurus, or could be a Taurus with planets in Aries. Could go either way. The Emperor, someone who is very stable, someone who is possibly and more than likely, could be someone that's in another marriage, doesn't have to be, it could be someone that's divorced, for all we know. It's someone that's very inclined towards business, and obviously more than likely a father, someone that is in charge, someone that wants to hold wants to have the upper hand in this relationship. We'll see what else surrounds him and see if he is in control of his life, because the Emperor can also speak to someone that's in charge. They're in a position of power, so it could relate to their career and their persona, who they are, their reputation in the world. What's crowning, so what's above their head, what's on their mind, what are they thinking? Five of Rods, so they're very conflicted. So Five of Rods could also be difficulties and challenges if this is someone that's in another marriage, because the Five of Wands speaks to, not being on the same page. Usually it's five people. Wands do speak to vocation and career, and what they desire. So there's conflict in their mind pertaining to their desires, what they want to create or what they're working towards. But this could also be problems at work, possibly as well. The Five of Wands, again, it could be also internal conflict, right, pertaining to their desires. And of course, fives speak to changes, so it's like they feel as though they're not getting through to you, or if they haven't been communicating, then there's conflict about that, how they can, I don't know, if they've disappeared from your life, let's say, and they've been in hiding, or just has too much going on for them right now, and they haven't, they've put love on the back burner, let's say. There's a lot that they're dealing with, obviously. So maybe they're also conflicted of how to come back, how to return to your life. What's at their feet? Where are they coming from? We've got the Queen of Wands, and these two, the Emperor and the Queen of Wands, were in today's message. So you'll have to watch that. It's a must. Remember that tarot is a tool. It's the energies that we're reading, but it's just incredible. When people say, oh, I don't believe in the tarot, two readings and two same personalities came through. So the Queen of Wands is very creative, very magnetic, attractive, sexual. So obviously there's probably been, there's lots of similarities between you, but maybe they're on a higher level pertaining to career. Now this says also that you are probably someone that's very creative, maybe you're, because we could read into extra layers where this Emperor is maybe in another relationship with this Queen of Wands, Leo, Sagittarius or Aries, but she could also be the Queen of his heart. She is the Queen of Hearts on another level. Now there's strong competition many times. These could be two very powerful people, but the Queen of Wands is also someone that's just oozing with sexuality and magnetism. So she's very attractive in his eyes. What attracts her is, I don't know if, because remember I'm not reading reversals, the Emperor in the reverse would be someone that's too controlling, or someone that does not have the control, right? So it can go either way. Some, you know, an Emperor who doesn't have the control, and the Emperor could be also someone that's very narcissistic, right? So the Queen of Wands is his queen in his eyes. It's a pretty good match, I'll say here. And the Queen of Wands comes from his past. So for many of you, it's been a long-standing thing. And as I said, it's a hot relationship. So very sexually inclined. Usually the Emperor does not show his emotional heart. So therefore, this is someone who needs to keep their reputation as shown as very strong. So therefore, they see that showing their emotions and their love towards this Queen of Wands, which I feel is you. Your person is the Emperor, I would say, more than likely. It's like a sign of weakness, right? Because they are in charge. They need to be able to keep people in line. Those that they deal with on a daily basis. All right, so we've got a lot of fire here. So much fire, so much desire, sexuality, but also frustration. Okay, so this is, I mean, the Queen of Wands is at his feet. This is what he's wanting to stabilize. And remember, the Queen of Wands is very creative. She creates, she's very powerful. She's got the ability to create. She's very sexual. She's very lucky. So there's great attraction here. What was going on in the recent past? We've got the Eight of Swords, so feeling blocked. Where perception, thoughts, communication is concerned, the Emperor has been feeling blocked, all tied up. And, you know, eights can speak to, you know, the infinity symbol, returning to a certain cycle, again, feeling blocked, the perception. Or maybe there hasn't been true and concise communication because he feels all tied up. He feels trapped. He feels trapped because he doesn't have all the information pertaining to this Queen of Wands, possibly. So he's feeling bound by a situation, like he cannot move, cannot do much at this time. Two very difficult cards, obviously. Now this, obviously, this being tied up can also speak to someone that is in another commitment or has committed to something that he's building. He's almost at the success point because the Five of Wands is one step before the Six of Wands, which speaks to recognition. Now, yes, this could be someone that is well known in their community. So even, you know, even that could be something that they're very, that they fear, their reputation. Pertaining to their personal life. It's as though they're holding back on the details of their personal life because they're bound by some sort of a situation, whether it's a marriage or a business or a contract or something like that. what is the possible outcome? And we've got the Page of Swords. So will there be communication? Possibly, yes, there will be communication. Page of Swords is Gemini energy. Now, Page of Swords could also be this Emperor. If they're not communicating with you, maybe they're checking you out on the internet. So for some of you, it could take, I suppose, a little bit longer because they're still checking you out, probably wanting to see what's going on with you and where you are. Remember, they've got I feel they've got a reputation to protect. So Page of Swords does speak to clarity and communication, but also possible decisions. Remember that Mars, which rules Aries, and Aries is all about confidence and taking charge, taking leadership. Mars is moving through Gemini, so lots of decisions that need to be made pertaining to communication, to information, to truths. We do have 9 swords here, so there's a lot of stress and anxiety that this Emperor is going through at this time. As I said, it could be connected to business, could be connected to, and I'm going to say with the 5 of Rods, we do see a lot of people. So they could be in between your relationship, and a past relationship, which their perception is, I cannot actually move right now. I've got maybe other things to tend to, or I'm just very conflicted about communicating or sending out that message. Now, pages can also be children, so this Emperor could possibly have an air sign child as well. This could, for others of you, I'm going to say also that the Emperor could also be married to either another fire sign or an air sign. What's at the bottom of the deck? And we've got the 4 of Cups. So this Emperor is not happy emotionally. This is probably something that they're leaving out and not communicating with you. 4s always speak to home. The Emperor is a 4 as well, remember. And we could see that in this deck, he's not actually looking at that Holy Grail, the Ace of Cups that's offered from Spirit. He's more focusing on those 3 of Cups, which 3 of Cups do speak to celebration and happiness. But, you know, 3 of Cups can also speak to a love triangle, other people being in the story. And they're not even, I mean, they're not even looking at those 3 of Cups. It's like they've got other problems pertaining to the home. Yes, there can be boredom or, you know, I'm not happy in the situation emotionally that I'm in now, says the Emperor. There's the 6 of Rods in the past. So possibly this is someone that's got a good reputation. They've succeeded where career is concerned, but something has gone awry, possibly pertaining to their emotional happiness or something that's going on in the home that they're not happy about. Now, they may have been successful with work. This could possibly speak to, yes, I've succeeded in work, but where love and emotional situations are concerned, there's a lot of conflict. Maybe they felt successful in the past where your relationship is concerned as well, but then obviously something went wrong. There was some sort of a situation, and it's connected to the home. So is it their emotional security, their financial security? Sometimes, you know, these things are all intertwined. So the Fool, here is the Fool, which says that there's a new cycle that has opened in the past. But then it's like going back to square one. The Fool is Aries, remember, and the Fool is a brand new cycle. It can also speak to a possible journey. Could be a physical, could be a metaphorical journey. Or this is the Fool, I should say, the Six of Wands. Could also be how they're coming through to you. So, you know, they could be someone who's got a little bit of ego, so they're not showing you their true emotions again, where possibly also things not doing so well where their career is concerned. And family and career can also be connected. And here is another Four of Pentacles, holding back, the Miser, holding back on one's true emotions, one's financial situation. Fours always speak to the past, so they may also be holding back. So what they're hiding from you is that they're holding back, that a new cycle has started, has begun for them in their life. It could be connected to career or ego as well, because if they're in another connection, there can be possible conflict where they're not happy in their home. Maybe also what's going on in their home has affected their business and their money situation. Beneath the Four of Pentacles is the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, so what they're also holding back is that they do love you, right? They do love you. They could not communicate that because they've got that persona, that reputation, that strong face. Whatever they're going through, they're not communicating that to you. And for many of you, if there's no communication, please know that at some point this new cycle will bring a success. But at this time, this new cycle will bring success. But at this time, they've got emotional situations that they're dealing with. They do feel nostalgic and they look back to the past. They remember you. But what they're not noticing is that, you know, Ace of Cups is returning. It is being offered by the divine. Let's see what else. There is the card that fell through, and it fell like this. So we've got the Hanging Man here, and this is Pisces. The Hanging Man does speak to surrender. It speaks to unconditional love. Pisces is unconditional love, so maybe they've sacrificed their heart or your relationship because of business, because of I don't know why I get that they're following in their father's footsteps. So it could be they're following traditions. But remember and there's a lot of illusion and misunderstandings, misconceptions with a Hanging Man. It's like wearing those rose-colored glasses. Yes, the Hanging Man is Pisces, so this could also be a strong spiritual connection. Trust that this could be a divine connection. So a lot of telepathy between the two of you, I would say, and also reciprocity. So it's like a mirroring image, like a projection. So I get what you're feeling, the Emperor feels as well, and the other way around. And you need to trust your intuition. I get the High Priestess very strongly here, which is also Pisces again. Let's just check the questions again as I'm taking the Mystic Moon Oracle. Will they reach out? Yes, I would say more than likely they will reach out. With a Hanging Man here, it's going to take some time. I don't know if it's going to be because we've had a full moon in Pisces. Full moon in Pisces, and we've just had a new moon in Libra. So I don't know if this is in the Pisces season or if it's in from the full moon in Pisces until the new moon until the full moon, in Aries, which is the next full moon, and that will be happening on the 9th of October. So Mercury will be direct, which could possibly bring the messenger in. Or if it's the Pisces season next year. Or if it is when Jupiter will ingress back, as he is retrograding, when he re-enters Pisces, that's another possibility. So, oh my God, I just got a glimpse of a third party. The card called third party. So this Emperor is in another relationship still. More than likely. I don't think that the third party would be the child. It could be for some of you. What's going on? So what is it that they're not telling? What are they hiding? First of all, we said they're hiding their true emotions. They're probably hiding their financial situation. They're hiding the fact that they do love you and that they think of you often. They're hiding the fact that they're probably surrendering and just going with the flow where love is concerned, and that they're probably willing to sacrifice a lot for your connection. We'll see. Maybe they've sacrificed too much and they've come to the understanding, and that's what the Hanging Man is, that I've sacrificed everything, and maybe they've been taken advantage of, because this is someone that's quite traditional, someone who follows maybe in their father's footsteps. Let's see what their true emotions are. What are they going through at this time? Action. And we've got a bird. We've got bound. There is the devil. So in the past there was communication, but there's boundaries, there's limitations, there's blockages. Remember, the bound card is very much the devil, and it does speak to narcissism or just karmic situations that are very, very difficult. Bound can also speak to fears, a fear of communication, a fear of a return. But we've got pride and ego. This is the pride and ego for me is very much the Emperor energy. This is someone that's got someone that is surrounded by abundance. I mean, the peacock, yes, can speak to vanity. Remember, the peacock will fight to death for its partner if there's competition, but the peacock also is very magical. It's just a lot of good luck. It speaks to abundance. It speaks to a divine union. If you Google the peacock, you'll see that there's so much magic connected with it. It's good luck as well. So, but right now they're bound by some sort of a commitment, blockages, karma. They will come through it though, but they are quite prideful as well. We've got the soulmate, so we see that this person is down on their knees. There's a possible comeback, a possible invitation, or just, some sort of truth pertaining to their heart here. So there's an offer on the table here. Maybe this is what they wanted to take action towards, but then some sort of blockages again, some sort of karma is blocking the way to the magic here. Compromise. So compromise, I don't know if this speaks to they're compromising your relationship because of another, or they're coming to a compromise with a past partner, possibly. Or this love connection has been compromised from a past connection. Our soulmate can also, I just take the word soulmate, doesn't have to be necessarily a love offer for all of you. A soulmate could also be a child that's entered into the picture, and that brings the blockages and the karma. So there's been a compromise because of a child, maybe possibly because of money matters as well, and financial situations. Let's just restart. Let's see what is being compromised. A new direction. And compromise could also be that they will possibly return on another level. So the compromise is like a humbling energy for me. So someone that was very prideful, they've been through lots of challenges, and they've sort of been humbled and brought down to earth. And the bird does speak to freedom. So you may have been dealing with someone that was just very much of a free soul, but someone who's been going through the darkness, through a dark time in their life. And remember that the bird is free, but this is like Uranus and Saturn. So I'm going to say from the beginning of 2021, there's been like a push and pull. A push and pull, yes. Someone that was very free-spirited, having been blocked and imprisoned in a certain situation, maybe their desires, maybe what they wanted to manifest, or even just succeed in. And the bound can also speak to someone that works really hard or is just very much about business, putting business on top of love and on top of happiness. Sorry, I didn't start my alarm. So there's a new direction. There's a new path that is opening. I want to see what this new direction is. A direction towards healing, coming into balance. Remember that Five of Wands is an imbalance. Here we've got all the chakras in balance here, but the new direction will bring that sense of healing. And we've got forgiveness. Forgiveness that is necessary here. Possibly they did something to you. They may have possibly done something to you, and they need to come back with a sorry. And I was talking about being humbled, right? Being brought down to earth, and this is very much it. The forgiveness. What's that about? Fear. I don't know why, but we know that the bound card, being very Saturnian, can speak to a long term. So maybe years have passed for some of you. And we know that the devil also speaks to fear. Maybe that's what was sort of holding them back. They were fearing being open because there was just too much ego, maybe possibly also narcissism. Or they got themselves stuck in another narcissistic situation, or just a very heavy karmic situation, which brought them from the sky down to earth. But they're going in a new direction. Healing is possible. Forgiveness is necessary. For some, there's still fear here. Fear of returning. a fear that they will not be forgiven, or this could also relate to possible matters connected to the past. So maybe also anything to do with their childhood. Remember, this is someone quite traditional, so if they got stuck in another relationship where there was no happiness, maybe they've thrown themselves into career. Maybe they need to forgive themselves because they were too fearful to speak their truth. And we've got free will, which can speak to freedom as well. And, my dear friends, guide. So they've actually seen the light. They've been seeking guidance from the, spirit, who knows, from a possible solicitor. This is more the hermit energy. So looking for a way to free themselves. They've been in their cave. They've been in solitude. They're feeling free. That's what they're working towards, freeing themselves up. There's a dark offer. There's an offer in the past, but it was dark. So it can be because of fear. A fear of union, a fear of commitment, possibly. But free will speaks to... this is not someone that wants to be cooped up. They're not comfortable in being cooped up. So they're very open and free, possibly in their relationships as well, right? So someone maybe that's quite... someone that did not want to be bogged down. And that's sort of the lesson that they've been taught. That maybe they were not ready to commit to you, and they got, it's like a fish that's been caught, like hook, line and sinker. They got caught out, and I feel that was the karma. So there was some sort of intelligence. There's a reason for everything that happens. So I feel that they sort of got caught out. What they were fearing, they had to go into, and that was spirit teaching them. So they're needing, and we've got a couple of F's here. Three F's: fear, forgiveness, and free will. So I don't know what F means. A, B, C, D, E, F. 6. 6 is Gemini. Could be a name, could be their name, has an F in it, or anything to do with the lovers. F is the Gemini, and therefore the lovers, and as I said, Mars, which could be a masculine, or the action taking, moving forward, or someone's passion to move forward. There's decisions that need to be made, right? So there's a new path that opens up. They're going in a new direction. So let's see what the Lenormand has got to say. I will take a couple more cards on the tarot spread. Okay. Yeah, I'm holding them upside down, so that's why it's in the reverse. We've got the book, so the closed book. A lack of clarity or any lessons that were needed to be made. Here is the Divine Masculine. I feel that this is the Emperor. Doesn't matter if it's a Divine Masculine. Okay, we are talking about your person. You can, look at it in a different way. We're all made up of yin and yang. Okay, so obviously the Emperor is more yang. So that's what the Divine Masculine is here. They're more yang, so it's more about energy, more about masculine, so action being taken, having the courage, and not being recessive and sitting back and waiting. So we see the Divine Masculine on a path. There is the path, so they're on a new path. This is probably something that you don't know. And the path leads to the lily, which is a divine union, a spiritual connection, but also this is the Virgo energy, right? It speaks to purity. This is Chiron in Virgo, so an open wound pertaining to work. Virgo is work. Virgo is purification. It's of service. Sometimes, you know, Virgo Pisces, same axis. It's about giving too much, but maybe now they're seeing that what they've sacrificed has not been returned in the situation that they were. Maybe they've seen a sacrifice from your side. I mean, this is someone that's been in waiting. They've been held up. They're there. They've loved unconditionally. And I get that maybe they've seen the difference between a past partner and who you were in their relationship, in this relationship. Maybe because, you know, this card speaks to ethics. It speaks to morality. So, I don't know. This is not a card of morality. So, I'm wondering if who they were dealing with was someone that was very narcissistic, someone that used them and treated them like crap. I mean, you could see he's whipping her. So, this is a divine, spiritually inclined union. It does speak to sex. It speaks to virtues as well. So a very strong sexual connection that maybe, because we also see that with the Queen of Wands here. Yeah. So a very strong attraction. And this could also speak to, in the past, there was a lot of give and take where sexual connection was concerned between the two of you. But there was a very strong desire, but there was also other matters pertaining to blockages, whether it was pride, whether it was someone's social standing, their financial standing, their reputation, and all those things, where there was a mismatch maybe. Now, again, I'm going to say soulmates it could be a child, it could be another partner, it could be friendship, right? Let's take a couple more cards. We've got the clouds here, so it does speak to, obviously, misunderstandings, a lack of understanding. So not being clear or hoping that these clouds will clear. There's a lot of possible deception as well, or maybe even doubts and insecurities. Of course, it speaks to things that are hidden. So because the Lily is next to this divine masculine, there's a pure love. They hold a pure heart for you, I feel here. And I get Pisces very strong here. There's the scythe, which can speak to an ending. And we did see the scythe in today's messenger is here. Now, the scythe can speak to it's very much connected to Scorpio. So maybe cutting out anything to do with the past, any karma that's holding this relationship back from the past. Someone getting uncomfortable, cutting away through communication, cutting through that lack of clarity, that nebulous energy. Maybe also clearing the doubts pertaining to someone's financial standing or a sense of abundance and prosperity connected to this divine union. This could also possibly speak to a possible divorce. They're going through financial issues, which was also in today's message. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my. Oh my. And we've got the garden here, which does speak to happiness. We do see Venus being birthed out of the water, standing on the shell. Venus has stepped into Libra, its home sign, and Libra is relationships. We've had a new moon in Libra. Venus is forming a conjunction, a very important conjunction with the sun. Venus is being rebirthed, and she's all about a divine love, a divine entity, a free love connection, a love that is not going to be bound by physical things, by money matters. It's a spiritually inclined divine union, which has gone through many hardships and lessons. But, and this again is a card of reputation. Remember, it's a 20. And 20 also speaks to Uranus, Aquarius in Uranus. Remember Aquarius, that's squaring over to Saturn, someone who wants to be freed. They want to be free to move towards their future, to communicate. Uranus is communication through internet, social media, it's truth. But again, number 20 speaks to judgment. So a critical moment will happen where they need to make a decision here. Are they going to sacrifice again their happiness moving forward, or are they this time going to put themselves first? And you first. We've got news. Yes, we do have happy news coming in. After a lack of clarity, this news is going to make you feel very abundant. Maybe this has happened recently. And yes, a lot of anxiety, stress, but also a lot of happiness and excitement pertaining to a possible abundance, a possible clearing of the air. And we've got a possible union here. Remember, the scythe could cut this vicious cycle. If this has been something karmic that's been going on, this could possibly change. Okay, let's look at the Emperor. I think we've answered many of your questions. We'll go over them again. And I'm going to say, for some of you, maybe someone fears being in a commitment. So taking that next step, going into marriage, moving in together. Maybe this is something that this person feared. Fears contracts, fears limitations, and feeling bound. Let's look at the Emperor. Oh my God. Oh wow, everyone. Oh wow. And look at all that fire. This person desires you. There's such strong desire, but there's such limitations. This person has gone through a sobering growth, maturing energy. There is no doubt about that. Let's look at your questions. Their intentions are they physically want to feel you. They want to taste you. They want to be with you. They've got a burning desire for you, and that is so true. But they are, and I'm going to say also that because the devil speaks to fear, I'm wondering if some of you are in another relationship or commitment, and that's what they could be fearing. Is that a possibility? You can flip the story around, right? Now, of course, the devil can speak to someone that's not going to be loyal, if that is the case. The devil could speak to a love affair. So now you could say that if this person is in another marriage and they connected with you, obviously they're not loyal. We don't know, though. We don't know what the circumstances are. And it's a fine line. So we could be talking about someone that is in another connection because of karma, that there is no love. It was more about business or more about joining finances there. I don't know if this is someone that's following tradition and they've got a reputation and they, someone that's quite royal, let's say, that's following traditions. Which brings me to the story of Prince Charles, now King Charles. and his marriage to Lady Diana, Princess Diana. So you can deem the other person as not being loyal. But because I used to work in a solicitor's office, I saw many, many situations where stepping out of a relationship, an infidelity, usually the problem is not the infidelity in the third person. It's how the relationship, the initial relationship was. So people stay in relationships for many, many reasons. Whether it's right or wrong, that's a different story. Okay, am I the only one for him? What is he hiding from you? He's got a lot on his plate, that's for sure. And maybe he's afraid to love because of past infidelity. I don't know if maybe he's in another connection where there's been infidelity, not from his side, his or her side, but from the person that they're connected to, possibly. Let's see. Let's look at the Queen of Wands for a moment. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. So she's been waiting around forever. She's someone who's very hardworking. We see exhaustion. This could go back 7 years. Let's take another card on this Seven of Pentacles. So strong Capricorn comes through, or just a very hardworking person. There's been a lot of invested in this relationship, but it's maybe the exhaustion speaks to two people that are trying to create their lives moving forward. Maybe two people that hold positions of power trying to, they're, on a roll where creation is concerned and career. So let's just take one more here. We've got the Six of Swords. There could be possible physical distance. Seven of Pentacles, a Seven of Earth, being stuck in practical ways because of money, because of physical distance, because of other parties. Remember that the Six of Swords comes after the Five of Swords, which is other parties being involved. So maybe in the past, there's been conflict between the two of you, and there's stuck energies, obviously. But you've been hoping to move towards serenity, possibly hoping to get unstuck. Money is a reason why either you or the other person has been stuck. But there's a possibility for transition. Maybe also in the past, there has been transition or equilibrium where there's action having been taken, which brought some sort of understanding that you're both on the same page. But there's still stuck energies here. We do go from the 6 to the 8. Let's look at the 8 of Swords. Oh, there you go. Lots of decisions. Things being up in the air. Having a lack of clarity. It could be the way that someone is, this Emperor is thinking of things. I want to do this, but I want to do that, but there is a decision. This could be, of course, someone that's working extra long hours, so they really don't have even time to think. I want to take one more. We've got the High Priestess, another 2. I did say before I pictured the High Priestess, and here she is, and she is many times a third party, and she did show up in today's reading. So Pisces, Virgo comes up here as well. Capricorn is very strong. Let's, and of course she speaks to having a deep knowing, but also a very strong spiritual connection. Someone is, maybe they're not trusting their intuition. They're in two minds about, what they feel. Whether, they feel you when you feel, when you remember them, they remember you, or you have signs and synchronicities. This is probably what they're doubting as well. Now also, possibly doubting if they know that this is a spiritual connection, that can this possibly manifest in real time, in reality. Let's look at what's on their mind. We've got the Sun, which does speak to heart matters. Could be a son of theirs, a daughter of theirs that's on their mind. The Sun can speak to reconciliation. It can speak to a lot of happiness, possibly taking action. Remember, Leo is the Sun. Let's take one more. So they could also have worries pertaining to their child. So since the Emperor is many times a father, they could have worries pertaining to not being on the same page with their partner. It's been really, really hard for them. They want this. They also want to protect their child. Now, their child could also possibly be a new project that they're doing. This is what they're creating as well. So still very busy, working very hard. Also, their desires are, off the charts. Their desire is off the chart. They're ready to take action. They're wanting reconciliation with you. They could possibly be at the last leg. I mean, they've had enough. The Nine of Wands, they've gone through a lot. And nines do speak to endings. I do see the Nine of Wands as a wall, like still feeling blocked. But remember, with all this fire, all this fire can really burn. And anything that is burnt, it burns down to the ground and possibly can be rebuilt from scratch. Let's take a card here. And we've got the Star. Here we are. Saturn, Aquarius, my dear friends. The blockages are going to come down. There will be a sense of freedom. The Star does speak to future. It does speak to the future. It speaks to possible Aquarius time. This could also be the ability to free oneself up as this Saturn-Uranus square we're going through the last lap of that. This is a wish fulfillment. You are a wish fulfillment. But there's been limitations and blockages. The Star is also communication. Communication will be very sexually inclined, I see here. Wow, this person, because the Four of Cups is the general energy, this is what they really are hiding from you. And that is their emotional connection with you. This is what they fear very strongly. I'm going to take the Four of Cups for a moment. There's that Five of Swords. So they are in a battle pertaining to their home, to their emotional security. They do fear that if you are possibly in another connection, that they're going to have a lot of trouble because of that. And they fear their reputation, like they fear taking off that mask or people finding out about their public life, their personal life, sorry, and their public, the public knowing about that. Let's take one more. There's the Ace of Pentacles, which is a great promise for something long-term. This could be a new home. This could be a new commitment. The Ace of Pentacles is something based in reality. It can be a possible let's get married. Let's if this person is going through legalities and challenges, legal divorce possibly, with the 10 here, the Scythe. Wow. Let's take the Page of Swords, dear Spirit. What's that about? There's the Fool, and there is Aries, and we're restarting this cycle. So remember how I was saying that Jupiter is reversing back, will re-enter Pisces. And Pisces is an ending, and Aries is a new beginning. But that connection, we did have that connection of Jupiter and Mars. So Mars got very energized. Jupiter obviously is truth, is possible separation, possible expansion and optimism. But remember that we've still got Mars that's going to be retrograding from now until March next year, and it's in Gemini, which is the Lovers. So I see from now until March there will be a lot of things going on, but I do feel that February, March will be very important times, especially the Pisces Aquarius season, where there'll be freedom from hang-ups, blockages, yeah. So the full returns, there is confidence that I'm going to take that journey and I'm going to travel light. I've got the courage to do this. And I will find a way. Seven of Swords is intelligence, great intelligence. They're going to sneak back into your life. They will. And they'll need to they probably will be asking for forgiveness. They'll find an intelligent way to return. Let me just restart. Let's take what else? And we've got the Strength card. So they will come out of the shadows. They will because they desire. And this is Leo again. So they're following their heart. The Strength card does speak to patience as well, but also a very strong indication of love. So what's really interesting about the reading here, yes, we've got the Sun, which is heart matters. The only cups here, even though we've got as general energy, Karma Dharma, we've got the Hanging Man, which is Pisces, and it speaks to unconditional love. In this instant here, yes, we've got Pisces on the High Priestess, but we don't have cups. It's not about emotions now. It's more about the practical matters. We've got the World card, which speaks to physical distance, a possible achievement. Remember that this is Saturn as well. Remember that we've got eclipses just ahead of us, which are happening on fixed signs, Scorpio, Taurus. So they're affecting Leo and Aquarius. We've got Leo, Aquarius here as well. So there's a lot that will be playing out. This is an ending, an achievement, rewards. This also speaks to physical distance or the ending of a karmic cycle. A great achievement, which I've spoken about achievement recently, and we've got Eight of Pentacles. So the work is being done towards this grand achievement. Let's see what else is going on. I need more information, dear Spirit. So this is the Howl deck. It is a Greek deck and it's got signs and symbols. So I just want to take, I think, a couple of cards, just an extra layer here. Let's see. So where is your person now? Your person now, there's something about music. This is someone that's very creative. Music does point to Taurus for me. I don't know what music. Maybe they play some sort of a musical instrument, or there's going to be some news that comes in, which the star can speak to news, right? Communication. That will be music to one's ears. Let's see what is on their mind. Wow, okay, so I turned it upside down. I felt called to turn it upside down. We've got Poseidon and Neptune. So where their mind is concerned, there's a lot of doubt or a lack of clarity. The sun will clear that. Yeah. Beneath it is Uranus, and Uranus, of course, is someone that's maybe blocked. Their freedom is blocked at this time. Yeah. Or they're thinking of doing something crazy, which could be music to your ears. What are they, where are they coming from? You know, what sort of karma from their past? Yeah, broken heart. A disappointment where heart matters are concerned. They made the wrong choice where love is concerned. where a relationship is concerned. They had, and you know what? I'm going to say that this black heart, this disappointment is like the Three of Swords. They're coming from a heartbreak. The path that they took was the wrong path. They had opportunities that they did not take advantage of. Let's look at the past. So there's been a positive, some sort of positivity in the recent past. Even though there's a lot of lack of doubt, there's a lot of doubt still in their mind. There's a lot of lack of clarity and haziness in their head. They're trying to see clearly. And remember that also Neptune can speak to unconditional love. So on their mind, they do have unconditional love. And even the thought of you is music for them. It makes them feel good. Recently, there's been like the ladder goes up. So a possible good sign in the past, or they're hoping for... they're hoping to be able to take the steps to make a decision and find a way to break free from what they felt bound by. Now, also where career is concerned, they're working really hard to climb that ladder. And their life is transforming on many levels. We've got a 13 here, which is Scorpio. And they may also be dealing with karmic past situations. Possibly the outcome. We've got Mars and Aphrodite. Aphrodite, Venus, Mars, Vulcan. Now they were the lovers of the zodiac. Mars is in the upright, which says, and on top of the Strength card, yes, they will have the confidence to take action, to fight for this connection. It's masculine energy. And remember, Mars does rule Aries, which is the Fool. They will find an intelligent way. Aries is many times Uranus as well. So they will surprise you, actually. There'll be a more than likely a tower moment, because they're sneaking in. They're sneaking back into your life. And maybe the change is, maybe in the past they were not able to take the action. Now they're on a roll. They're on a mission. They're on a mission. What's at the bottom of the deck? And they're targeting this relationship. Now we've got, this is great love. The bow and arrow. This speaks to a very strong connection, love connection, sexual. It could possibly speak to physical distance, yes. So physically, we've got the path here. At some point, the path will open. Someone is wanting to hit the target. They're aiming and shooting. This is Cupid, and this is love. There is love. And there is Zeus. Zeus, which is Jupiter, and Hermes, which is Mercury. They're in opposition right now, which is like a tug of war. There's a lot of back and forth, trying to figure things out. Okay, and remember that Jupiter can speak to separation as well as abundance, optimism. Yeah, and of course Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and the bow and arrow does remind me of Sagittarius, so Sag is quite strong as well. Wow. They were meant to go through some sort of a heartbreak or heartache in the past. Let's take the Island Time Wellness. And maybe this is also, some of you had a heartbreak in the past. Some of you maybe felt you put so much into this. And you may have also found out that you were the third person, possibly in the past. What is possibly going on in the future? I like you, someone likes you, romance is blooming, fun flirting, want to date. I don't know why I took it in the reverse. Girl with a snake, that's a third party. Empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used. Enable boundaries, someone that's needing to put up their boundaries, and that could possibly, and that could also speak to the Nine of Wands. Maybe they've, they've been sort of not communicating with you because of a lack of clarity. These blockages, I mean, the Nine of Wands could also speak to what the conflict is. So maybe also possibly not wanting to fight, or they cannot take those arguments or that conflict, that internal conflict that they're going through pertaining to a lack of clarity. Girl with a snake does speak to poison, right? And unhealthy connections. But it can also speak to, an empath. This is someone that's very spiritually inclined. The girl with the snake can be an enemy, the third party obviously, so it could be you if you're a third party, or it could be the other if there is another person in the story. So let's take one more and see. We've got the axe, so yeah. Breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment and abandonment. So they are going through some sort of a breakup. Now remember, the snake can speak to the enemy, but it can also speak to poison. They're dealing with poison right now. But in the recent past, there was romance. Also flirtation. Wanting to date, but there were blockages from other parties here, or some sort of karma that needed to be worked through, obviously. Let's continue. Not enough. Frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear and ego issues, and jealousy. Talking, interested, conversing more, awaited message arrives, text, call, email, hoovering. So, my darlings, I did speak of a message coming through, but what will that be about, dear Spirit? Can you give me more clarity? What will the message and the communication be about? Date, meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there and plan and set a date. So that's what it's going to be about. So setting a date, they're going to come back into your life for many of you. And as I said, I've given you time when this possibly could happen. Maybe, and I'm going to say for some of you, this meeting or this date could take some time as well, because we do have the Hanging Man here. So meeting someone new, it says. Dating, getting back out there, planning or setting a date. I'm just wondering if some of you are connecting with someone new, but if this is not the case, this date could feel like it's brand new. It's either you haven't seen each other for a long time, or this relationship has not manifested on a practical level. It was more about communication, dreams, like a dreamy energy, and imaginative, being at a physical distance relationship as well. So I want to take one more. We've got lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, and transformation. So that is very much the Uranus energy. Sudden changes, shocking news, big surprises, epiphanies, aha moments. For some, it will be upheaval, and it will have to do with transformation. And we are having a new moon in Scorpio, which is going to be on Venus, And Scorpio is things that have been hidden. So what will they communicate with you? Something that you haven't known with the Seven of Swords here as well. Some of you are going to have to be strong. Yeah. Wedding rings. Union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. For some of you, obviously, this could be that you're finding out that there was a third party. For others of you, and we've got the ring here, this is a possible shocking invitation to a commitment, a long term. Remember, we've got the Five of Swords, and then we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Now, I'm going to say that this communication could also have to do with something to do with the past. Misunderstandings on an emotional level because of misunderstandings, right? Where communication and news is concerned. So maybe also regrets. I get the word regrets. Time lost. That's what's coming through. Time lost. Time gone for nothing. But, dear friends, it's never without a reason. And timing is Kronos, the Lord of Karma and timing. Let's see what his thoughts or perceptions, these could possibly be your thoughts as well. So take it as it resonates for you. I was looking to the side, so I did not see if a card showed up. I continued, closed up the cards. What is it that this person, what are they thinking? Okay, what are they thinking? Something is still missing for me, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. My mind and heart always comes back to you. I'm going to say that some of you that are finding out that this person was in another relationship and you cannot stand it, some of you will be cutting them out of your lives and you're moving towards new people. There is a possibility of that. I wish I could take back the things I said. I just have to do something else right now. Please try and understand. I still love you. Lying was just easier for me than telling you the truth. So maybe they're coming through with the truth this time, dear friends. I got spooked, so they got scared. There's the fear. And this is what they will be asking forgiveness for. Wow. Wow, my dear friends. What a reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. I hope that I've asked your questions for many of you. I suppose you could still comment. I will be looking back at your comments as I'm doing these readings, so I could be answering your questions. As I said, I will not be taking the yes please today. I cannot take personal cards for you today because I've got the month ahead of October to do the readings. Lovelina asked, did you ever love me? Why did you leave? I feel that they did, but there were other things pertaining to traditions, maybe possible finances, that maybe, yeah, those are the reasons. Why they're afraid of love. It could be connected to their childhood. It's someone that's just very open, maybe someone that possibly never wanted to marry, or they were never ready unless they came to a mature age, right? The Saturnian maturity. Maybe they were not ready, or maybe they were possibly hurt. Maybe they came from parents that went through divorce and that was something that they did not want to go through themselves. I do see that for some of you, yes, they're coming back. Misty Blue said, any romantic person in my near future. Well, we're not really looking at singles here, but in this reading, because it does say start to date, there is someone possibly that you could be connecting with that is from another relationship. Maybe someone that's gone through divorce, possibly, darling. So this could be someone that's got children as well. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting here. Will he be true? I feel that there is a special connection here. I don't think that this is someone that would, for no reason, step out and be untrusting. I feel that this person possibly may have been someone that even was into relationships, not committed, but met a lot of the opposite sex and was very much possibly also of a player, because if there's someone who is in a position of power, this does draw a lot of the opposite sex. So, but I feel that once they give that promise, and the promise comes from the heart, I think that if you are the one for them, I feel that would be them being very loyal. That's what I'm trying to get out of my mouth. Yes, they will reach out, Elizabeth. What are they not telling you? I think we've spoken about that. Is there a third party? Yes, there is, but they're not there. Emotionally, they're not happy. They're sort of finishing up with that. What is coming towards you? A possible new cycle, obviously. And what do they want to say to you? I've got the messages here. So I think that was it. I was looking at the... what is it called? Oh wow, can't even, the community page where I asked for your questions. And yeah, that was done 13 days ago. So you can check that out on our community. I suppose you can still keep asking on that community upload post, but you can also ask questions beneath here. Remember, it's not a yes please. This is giving me ideas of what to ask in my future Wednesday readings, whether it's the twin flame, or whether it's the other person, okay? So today we were looking at the other person mainly. I hope that this helped, my dear friends. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there. I'm wishing you well. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. It's the 28th today. I still am offering 13% off since it was my birthday until the end of September. For a couple more days, you can get that percentage off if you want a personal reading. All right. So write me at divinedebut@gmail.com, divinedebut11@gmail.com. Thank you for considering joining us on Patreon as well. Thank you, my dear patrons, for your love and your support always. And I'm going to say thank you for your patience with the October readings, which will come early October, the first days of October. My love to all of you. Love and light, dear friends. Shine bright. Talk to you soon.